Hi everyone, Sean back from the Sci-Fi Model Guy, and I know it's been a long time, but I am back here and we are going to be building the 1000 scale Voyager model from Polar Lights. So you can see here we've got quite a bit of work done. All the painting is done on her, and I just got some details, painting to do and decals, and then we'll finish it up. So I do have quite a bit of content recorded on this model. As you can see, it's pretty much progressed. I think I've got 2 hours or so. I'm going to whittle that down hopefully into maybe 2 videos, and then we'll maybe have a third one. So I'm thinking this will probably be a 3 video series, maybe 4. We'll see. But I do have a lot of models to build. I've got a really cool one that is going to be next up on the block, and I'm not going to share that one yet. I am really excited to do that one. It's a recent model that came out, and I had a really cool idea for it that I'm really looking forward to sharing, and we'll get that up as soon as possible. So enjoy this one, you guys. Again, I'm really sorry for the lack of content. It's just life gets in the way, and so I've motivated myself to get back out here, finish this model that I had to actually dust off a little bit to keep working on, and get back into the swing of things. So I do have some more free time now, and life is becoming a little bit more simple for me, and so we should translate that into more content for you. So enjoy this one. Make sure you like and subscribe on the video. Leave a comment or question if you have one, and we'll see you down the road. Enjoy the video. Hey everyone, here we are. We're back, and we're going to be doing the USS Voyager this time. And as we can see here, this is a special clear edition, so it's good for lighting, and it is also a snap together kit, so this should be interesting. I have built another Voyager, but I don't think it was this one, and unfortunately it broke and shattered, so we're going to go ahead with this new one here. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's in there. Oh, I forgot to take a look at the back here. Okay, Intrepid class, authentic landing gear details. Okay, cool. They do have landing gear, so I will build the landing gear perhaps. Let's see, complete decal placement guide, 58 parts, and let's see what the sides say. It says just some stuff about the show. There, another picture of the ship and a picture of the decal. So quite a few decals on this, and it says based on the filming miniature from Star Trek Voyager. All right, well, let's open it up. Okay, it's unwrapped there. Spared you the sound of the crinkly wrapper. Okay, we've got some instructions here. Here are the decals. Display base, and thankfully it does have the rod there now. Even though I might be doing this with the landing gear, it's always good to save these rods. I wish all the kits would come with that. So okay, so here is the saucer section, or the bow or the front of the ship. I guess you can't call it a saucer. Okay, first inspection here. We've got a little bit of flash coming on here, right there. Doesn't look like it's too much to worry about. And the parts are numbered on the inside, 1 and 2. Hopefully I would be able to figure that out if I didn't see those. We've got some clear parts here. We've got the deflector array, little bridge windows, I think. The warp nacelles, pretty small there. And we'll put that to the side. And we'll put this one to the side. So let me open these up and we'll do a quick edit. And we'll take a look at these. Look at the clear parts first. Okay, they look pretty good. Some nice etching detail on the deflector array. Got the windows here. These are, I believe, the warp nacelle, the Bussard collectors on the front. So we've got 4 of those. Got some here. I think these are probably the nav lights, and we will be lighting the ship, of course. I don't think I'm going to be using a navigation board for any blinking effects. I just want the just the static ship looking nice. Okay, we've got the bottom part of the main engineering hull or secondary hull. The strip here, I believe, goes on the top, and here's the tail, or the landing bay for the shuttles, deflector array housing, deflector array main part there, I know they make some resin parts and photo etch things for this, and I looked them up. I think it's about an extra $50. I think the photo etch is about $30 or so, and there's numerous resin pieces aftermarket that you can get for this, but I'm not going to be doing any of that. Okay, the bottom port and starboard sides and the 4 pieces of the nacelles. I think that's a shuttle bay window right here. And I don't know what this little piece is, but this is one of those little things that can get lost. So, okay, well, let's see. Not really much to this. It says 50 parts, but I'm not seeing them. All right, let's take a look at the decals. Pretty sure they're going to be water slide. Doesn't look like there are any sticker versions. So I always hold on to those sticker versions there because you never know what you might need on a scratch build or if you mess something up. Okay, the standard little piece of wax or paper, we use those. We save those to use to slide the decals off. And this is a really, really nice decal sheet. I can see it's really good quality here. They're very close together, so it's going to be a challenge getting them off, especially all of these guys here. These are little numbers. It's hard to even read them. But there's quite a bit of small details going on here. Now, let's see. These pieces here go on the top of the ship, I remember, and they do make photo etch pieces of those. And the last time I built the ship, I bought them. And I hadn't had much experience with photo etch at the time. And I recall I didn't even paint them. I used them the gold color. And, one of the photo etch pieces also, I know that they have a replacement for the sensor array there. So you'd have to cut this out and replace it. Let's see. Okay, the decals look nice. We'll put those to the side. And we'll take a look at the directions. Okay, general assembly, highly detailed kit. Glue assembly. Oh, it is recommended that the instructions be examined before applying cement. Okay. You will find it very helpful. It will allow you to gain a clear understanding of how the parts fit together. Okay. The kit is intended to be built in sub-assemblies, of course, and decals and paint includes water slide decals, and they're compatible with setting solution, which can be applied to conform around surface details. So we got this microset and microsol. Now, for those, I probably will be using that because this is a very rounded ship. There are not very many straight surfaces for it, except for maybe the bottom here. But the curvature of the top section here will probably require some the microsol, microset, and assemblage general. Okay, that's French, I think, or maybe Spanish. I didn't take a good look at it. Okay, let's see. It starts us off with the warp nacelles, then the secondary hull. You put those two on top. You have the landing bay for the shuttlecraft, the deflector array, top and bottom of the saucers, and finally the deflector array goes last. Of course, we're going to be terminating all the wires out here and bringing it all together. Let's see. And then, yes, this little scoopy part was part of the top of the ship there. I remembered a couple of lights there and landing struts. And then it tells you you snap. Oh, these nacelles just snap in there. So, and then it says to go on the old on the stand there. Now, maybe I won't do the landing struts. I don't know. If I do end up doing that, I'll have to find a way to do the wires through one of the legs there, through one of the landing struts or landing pylons, and put that into a base or something like that. I may not go with that. Again, I think this is I'm gonna try to keep the display of this simple, so probably not. Now that I think of it, we'll just go with the standard display on here and do everything wiring through the rod since it's hollow and they gave it to us. And so, okay, well, that is a very quick unboxing. So let's take a look here and do some planning. Now, the warp nacelles are very small, so we're going to probably be able to get away with a strip of 3 LEDs on each nacelle, and maybe a 1.8 millimeter SMD right here in the front to light up those Bussard collectors. So this will have to be painted, light blocked really well because it is clear, and we'll do the light blocking for the rest of the ship on the outside so that we can just scrape out the windows here. Right there. I'll just scrape them out with a pick or a needle or something. I'm not going to drill these out, and we'll just scrape them out. And since it's clear, it should be have a nice white light instead of that kind of yellowish kind of color we get when we build the 650 Enterprise or other kits that are just the gray styrene. So that's nice. I wish they would all come in clear, but what can we do? Okay. Well, yeah. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward build, you guys. So just light blocking from the outside. We're going to do the wiring. I'm not going to have any flashing lights on there. So on the inside here of the saucer, we'll probably put, let's see. Well, we're probably going to have to light this from underneath, I think. Yeah, because there are some lights here. So we'll end up doing maybe a strip of 6 on the top somehow, or maybe 3 and 3 here to illuminate down onto these parts. So if there's windows here and here, and windows in the front there. So some light coming down from this side here would do well. Maybe another one across the front or right about here to illuminate all the windows and stuff. So we'll figure that out kind of as we get to the lighting part, which won't take long. I'm just gonna have to, trim the flash off this and light block it from the, and well, no, I can light block it after assembly. What am I thinking? But yeah, we'll light it all up, wire that thing, and then we'll start putting it together. There's really not much to it. There's not a lot of complexity here. The painting, paint color, I am going to go with a Tamiya light blue. And here is the light blue that I just mentioned. It's Tamiya AS5. And I really like this color for the modern Starfleet ships, the Defiant and the Runabouts and the Voyager. They seem to have kind of a blue tint on screen. So like when I get out the cover, the box here, it's kind of, I think it looks like they painted this in primer or like a royal insignia white or something. But this isn't what we see on screen. It may have been what the studio model was, but on the screen, Voyager always appeared to me to have kind of a bluish gray hue. So this Tamiya AS5 is the perfect color for that if you want an on-screen appearance. I've done a couple of ships with this color. I've done the Voyager I've done before. The Defiant is with this color, and I really like it. This is a perfect modern or newer era Trek color. Not for the Enterprise D, but for other ships. It seems to work pretty well. Okay, and that will be that. So yes, we're going to put it together. We're going to get our putty applied as well as we can and get rid of the seam lines. The cool thing about the Voyager is that I don't know how much putty we're going to need under here, because yeah, I mean, I probably will do it. Let's take a look here. But I can't really get it to dry fit because of this flash that's sticking out, can I? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to. All right, let me go ahead and cut the flash off, and I'll come right back, and we'll take a look at this and take a look at this seam line and see what we might have to do with it. Okay, got all the flash off here, and let's do a little dry fit. Oh, gosh, I had it upside down. Okay, I can see here there are 4 tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 6. There's 6 tabs there. And there are the corresponding holes there. Maybe we probably will have to do the putty on the seams now that I'm thinking about it, because light leaks. Okay, so I was mistaken. I thought the seam was on the bottom there, and it isn't. It's along the side. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to unsnap this. Okay, we've got a little bit of a misalignment here. That will have to, once we glue this together, I'll have to sand that down and do putty. Yeah, so definitely we'll end up getting the light leaks coming out of the seam, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, do I stand corrected again? No, I don't. Okay, the seam's on the side. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. My bad. All right, so there is the bottom seams here on the rear of this section, and the other seams are along the side here. Okay, so that will take quite a bit of putty, and we'll have to sand that down. Unfortunately, we're going to probably lose some of the little details here. There's a little bit of, it's not all entirely smooth here. There's some in and out details there. But we may have to sand away some of those to get the seam lines looking good. But yeah, we'll go ahead and wire this thing up, and then definitely do all the light blocking on the outside. It's going to take quite a bit of paint, but again, I don't want to lose any any of the light there. Maybe we can cover the window sections here with some tape, and then light block on the inside where there are no windows, and do some reflective stuff. Maybe we'll go with that, like I've done before. I did that with the Enterprise C, and what we did was we just took some tape and put that on the inside of there. So let me open this thing up and we'll take a look at that. So the windows are right along here, so underneath this phaser array, so about right here. So I could just light block in general, or put masking tape along here where I know the windows are. And it's fine if it's not perfect. I don't have to get each little windows, just that area, the general areas where they are, and then light block the rest with black where there are no windows. And that will save us from having to put too many coats on the front. So that should work. And let's see. Yeah, so for here, these areas right there, these are like little windows, parts of the ship. And there are photo etch pieces for that. So we are going to lose out on some detail with that. But that's fine. Again, I don't want to break my bank building this kit. It's just more for background. And the ship will look just fine, with all the lights on with the other ships and stuff. It doesn't have to be a contest winner style. So, of course, we'll get the seam lines done as well as possible. But going all out for this, not this time. Maybe if someone would ever want to commission one or something, I would definitely do that. If they wanted to buy those parts, I'd definitely put them in. But there are some good photo etch parts, for instance, for these windows here in this engineering section. There's really nice photo etch pieces there. But, well, we're just going to have to do it the regular way, huh? Okay, the front here, these are the impulse engine, or these are the back. These are the back of the nacelles, the little impulse engines there. They have a nice little grid formation, so we can put that in. And yeah, that's just about it, you guys. So that's the unboxing of this. And again, straightforward build. I will come back in the next section here. We'll be right back, and we'll have some of the work done, and we'll see you in a minute.